Good morning. We are delving into something that's happening a lot at this point in time, and that is people are trying to find themselves, and the definition of themselves has been distorted and convoluted and lost, and the needs and the wants and the things that make less sense. And today we're going to talk about different methods to be able to get back to you and who you are, and then we're going to meditate to open up a couple of different avenues for new insights on the inspiration of you doing you. Welcome to Ascension Studios. I am Ann Morrison, and this is Morning Meditation. Luckily, as an artist, I am extraordinarily blessed for it to be an entirely acceptable thing for me to take off and do what is called an artist pilgrimage. When things get stagnant or stale, to go out into the world and to see what it offers, alone, unplanned, and just let the world bring to me what my next inspiration might be. This is not something that all of us can do. I'll be carrying you along with me. I go in 2 days, and you can come with me on the road. I'll still be doing the morning meditations, and who knows what kind of insight is going to find me. I am hoping for a wonderful experience and some insight. But like I said, not everybody at this point in time can take off for a week and explore being in such a true sense. It's acceptable for artists, it's not acceptable for people who take care of other people. And hey, that's so many of us, isn't it? Spending our lives taking care of other people, taking care of things that need to happen at the office, and taking care of things that are happening in the world, and taking care of people that we care about, whether they be older or whether they be younger. And each journey has its own thing. And what we forget sometimes, that there is no one person who is put here on this earth to be only here for another person, for something else. And it's so easy to get caught up in thinking that our life is for other people. I spent the majority of my life until I turned 50 years old being there for people who thought I was not a very good person. And still, I felt the obligation, and I was constantly there. Where is it that you are letting other people's needs, wants, desires completely push you outside of you? And it isn't that you can immediately get up and fix everything. But what you can do is start taking moments for yourself. You can start being by yourself. You can start figuring out how to enjoy your own company. Who are you? Find out the kind of person that you want to be around. My daughter is going through some serious turmoil. In her youngest actually going to school, the busyness of her life has calmed down enough that it requires some of her own attention on her. And she has been bombarded, like many of you have, with the uncertainty of how to go forward and what to do and how to change patterns of the past, how to find who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing and getting on my path. And she was bringing one of her children in, and calming down needed to happen, because as angry as we get, screaming through a situation only puts people on defensive, and defensive is not the place to work out issues. So you have to separate so that you are not on the defensive and find a way to be able to go forward after some thought. If she goes out and does something for herself for a few hours, and the vibe of being around a person who is in turmoil, even if they're not expressing it, still rubs off on children, and they give it back, and they can turn into real little shits. And while you can, to a certain extent, fault the children for their own behavior, you also have to look at where everything else has had a part in it as well. Because all of us are perfect little angels, and all of us are behaving the best that we can under the circumstances. And there are times that things just get more volatile than other times. And this is huge learning opportunities. This is wonderful areas for things to be able to take a turn for the better if we use them as such. My pilgrimage so that I can find my art style for the next collection, or go back to what it was, who knows. Taking time away for a few hours, provided you have an avenue to do so. Another thing that you can do in this very tumultuous time, where people are being called upon to change, where the planetary alignment is for revolution, where every star that represents the energy of every person's beginning point on this planet is changing into a new position. And this is some crazy stuff. And when you figure out that the energy bouncing off of the planets and how it's coming back, it gives it a coloring, a tone, and we're in it right now, right here, and taking it forward. Thought in an artistic pursuit. Sit down, start doodling. Just make little squares and see where that takes you. Scribble and see what you can find in the scribbles. Try a new medium. If you're used to just a pen on a piece of paper or just using your phone, then get out a piece of paper and try some markers or some pastels, and pull yourself out of your logical, going crazy brain and figure out what the universe is heralding as your new path, what your next step is in the herald of your new path, and how do I effectively take it. But first you have to find a way to pull back and separate yourself. I mean, when you are on the glass like this, I can't see my hand when I have my face so tied up against it. You have to pull away to be able to see the hand. And this is taking your nose off the glass and finding a moment to look at all of it. Not just this little piece and that little piece and this situation, that turmoil and this crazy and oh my God, but all of it. And right now, the all of it for me is the need for a personal trip for my art's sake and whatever insight I gain for the wellness retreat. And then to celebrate my anniversary, and all of it takes my nose off of the glass. Takes me away from everything normal about the everyday, which for me has gotten pretty lazy. How about you? I have been. I've been lazy, I've been procrastinating, I haven't wanted to get up and do p-diddle. So, what is it that is the next step? Let's open up some doors. Let's open up some windows. Let's calm the tornado. And let's take the journey. Okay? I'm going to start off in the root. Down here where your sit upon is on the thing you are sitting upon. I feel the energy of the red, orange, yellow, green, pink, turquoise, indigo, purple. Feel the different areas harmonizing together. This huge energy of yourself, outside of yourself, vibrating and pulsating. And come into the mind palace and calm the tornado. Everywhere in your mind palace that you see a door, let's go through and open it. Open some wide, open some a little bit. We are allowing the message to come into a calm space where we can receive it clearly as the lesson that it is, as the next step to take, as the whole reason behind the journey. Let's go through and open all these doors. Anywhere you can find one. You catch a window, open that puppy up too. Let's just open everything. We have been so closed off from everyone. We've been closed off from people, closed off from the universe, closed off from contact, closed off from society. Open it all up. And breathe into the freedom of that. Breathe into the boldness that it takes to take yourself in this vehicle out there right now. And be sure of who you are and open to all of the new wonderful that is coming in. Because I can assure you, it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. This change is so much more people-friendly than anything that we have seen for thousands of years. It's wonderful. For us to get there, there's going to be a little bit of turbulence, that's all. Open doors, open windows, feel yourself free. Feel yourself able to venture out confident. Feel yourself ready for the new information. Let's bring it back up. Allow the download. Feel the wisdom. Feel the unconditional love. Bring it down. Feel everything harmonizing, all of your energy centers in wonderful balance, vibrating together for this beautiful song of life And you is the conduit connected from particle bound to ether. Let's breathe into I am ready. I accept the change. I embrace all the lessons that are coming. Thank you. And then come back. And remember that this is a wonderful time for you. All you have to do is allow it. Things are getting better. And you got this. Namaste.